family, that young family that left. I wonder what the hell it's doing every time it does that. Okay, it's just telling me it's splitting up the video. It splits up the video. So let me go back and read this. Yeah. A sweet scripture, right? I almost said the S-H-I-T. This is 2 Kings 1 and 10. And Elijah answered and said to the captain of 50, if I be a man of the Most High, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And there came down from fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50. So what happened in Egypt, those chariots, man, those chariots. You don't believe in those chariots, people. You don't believe in anything. Because if you're going to these buildings and you're praying to Tammuz, all you're doing is fantasizing. Oh, he's so nice. What did they say? He's all love.
Yeah, because they think that it don't take any work, or all it takes is just thinking, and then you're gonna be saved. You know, just think it and say it, and you're gonna be saved. Wow.
That means that they can have sex with anybody, with thousands of men, and then they're gonna be saved.
Oh.
That's a damn lie. Because everything that you do in these churches is against the Bible, and the Bible is His Word.
The Bible is the synagogue of Satan. That's what Salak. The church is the synagogue of Satan, not the Bible.
Hey, we all make mistakes, and you know why we make mistakes? Because there's demons around us and angels too, and those demons are trying to stifle us.
I think the last word you said was Bible.
Oh shit! And let me. There's this video of these people, and they say a word like they say fork. They tell these people spell fork, and they spell fork, and then they say, "What do you eat pancakes with?" And they all say fork. You're supposed to say fork, right? No. They say, "What do you eat cereal with?" And you're supposed to say spoon, but you're being conditioned to spell fork. So then you say fork. So you say fork.
So it's ultimately just how this system teaches you, how this whole system has taught you the wrong things, that the Son of God is white, but He was actually black, you know?
He was actually big and strong.
Yep.
And powerful. He was actually a dangerous man. Yahushua was a dangerous man, not because he had power. He was dangerous because he had power, but he learned to control it, and he knew he shouldn't use it. But he was a dangerous man to the Roman government because he could rally up the people. If we could gather up people, the cops would be over here and shutting us down, man. But they don't see us as a threat. Not yet. But guess what? So-called Christmas is coming, man. And I'm gonna rain on your parade. And this is what you people say. This is Hosea 10 and 3. For now they shall say, we have no king, because we feared not the Lord. What then should a king do to us? Man, that's wicked right there. That's what you people do all the time. You go to church and then you say He's all love and you don't fear Him. That's fine. But we fear the real Lord. The real power. Oh man. Look it, this is gonna happen again what Elijah said. And Elijah's back here in the reincarnation teaching. He's probably in the GMS camp. And we see you, hey, look at the white man has more respect than our own people. The so-called white, I bet you that white man is the Cornelius. Huh.
Yeah.
And I bet you these Mexicans passing around laughing at us, they're all fucking terrorists. Imagine that.
Yeah.
You know what? It's time to get into those terrors, man. It's time to get into those terrors. See my other stuff. Yeah, I got another sword right here. This is the one I started off with. This is the New American Bible, and it has tons of scriptures in it. See, it has a lot of things. Encouraging the persecution. All right. You want to get Matthew 13 and 24? See, that Bible's a good help. That's why I brought it, because it has all the see this King James is you already know. It doesn't have any paragraph titles or breakdowns. It's just one whole page, and you gotta have the spirit. Sometimes you get frustrated because they don't have any. It's just the Roman numerals, and then you gotta look for it. What is it Matthew 13 and what? 13, 24? All right.
This is called the parable of the weeds. You know?
And let me tell you about the tares and the wheat. Tare grows just like wheat, and wheat and tare have a resemblance, and you can't tell the difference unless you got a really good trained eye until it's too late. Okay, go ahead.
This is Ezekiel. This is Matthew 13 and 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field.
Now who's gonna buy bad seed? No one is, because when you plant something, you plant it for so you can eat it. So you can eat it and have food to put away for your children. So you can take care of something, right?
So that it grows good food.
Yeah, because if you have a tomato seed and you grow a tomato plant, you're gonna get tomatoes. So if you have a bad seed, let's say you have a seed of, what could be bad? Let's see, poison oak. You could grow poison oak. It'll be bad for you, but you can use it for bad things. And most of the plants have a lot of toxins in them. Like, did you know that tomato plant, you can't eat the actual plant? It's poisonous to us. But the tomato itself is a good fruit. Right?
The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat.
Damn, so you see, and that's what these Christian churches are doing. They are doing it. You go to any one of these Christian churches, and there's tares and wheat in there together, mixed. Nobody can tell the difference.
Someone planted that bad seed in there,
and just let it grow. Hey, but that bad seed is gonna contaminate the good seed, because the roots they're gonna fight with each other, just like in Genesis 25, when Rebecca had Jacob and Esau. See, when they were in the fertile soil, which a woman can be referred to as the earth, because the word Bayath means house or in, and you're in a woman when you're being created. So the tare grows with the wheat, right? And the roots fight for nutrients. And then when it grows to the harvest time, a lot of things happen. The wheat gets contaminated. It doesn't grow as good. It doesn't grow as hardy. It doesn't give as much, because it's fighting for nutrients with the other plants that weren't supposed to be there. That evil person, that evil man went there to sow. Go ahead.
That could be like the philosophies.
Oh man,
Yeah.
yes.
The philosophies of
All
this
right.
world, where it comes and just takes over your mind, has you doing different acts and stuff.
And one of those philosophies is do as you will. Do what pleases
Free
you.
will.
Well, if it pleases the flesh, do it. That's what they say. Go ahead.
But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also.
And because
So
it was being harvested.
so the weeds and the wheat were both coming up.
And this is the Revelation 14:14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. So, how do you harvest wheat? With a sickle, right? You got even if you use a wheat harvester, it's just a bunch of blades that spin real fast, which is symbolic of it's called a sickle. And I was lucky enough to work. I didn't even work, man. I was just a little kid. But when I went to Mexico, my grandpa, he had a guadaña, which was a sickle, stuck it on a stick, and that's how they cut down that shit. Yeah, that's man.
That's what they show too, like Children of the Corn or something like that, or
Oh, yeah.
they have them with that sickle, you know.
And funny thing, the Children of the Corn was filmed right here in Hanford.
Oh shit.
What do you know about that, huh?
You know?
So, let me continue on right here. 14. Okay, go ahead and read it a little bit more, and then I'll get the point.
But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field?
Yeah, and that's symbolic. Because if you're a man of the Lord, or even someone that fears the Lord, and you don't know that his name is Yahushua, and you don't know that you're Israelite, you still fear doing things that are against the Bible, right? So when you're living in this land of captivity, I hope this fucking little song breaks. But when you're living in the land of captivity, and you're a good person, let's say you're an Israelite and you know what's good, and you go to work, and then there's this Grecian woman, and she's all into adultery. So she takes a look at you and says, "Oh, this is a new me. This is a new man for me to lay with." So now she starts working on you here and there a little until you fall for her, and now you're committing adultery.
Yeah. So they saw that tear in the wheat, and they're like, didn't you throw down good seed? You know. See. Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? And the field represent the earth.
That's where we're at right now. And this is Revelation 14:15. And another angel came out of the temple, and that's Yahushua, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud. You want to get Joel 3:13? Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time has come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. Right now is that time.
We're in the end days, so that's like the end of the harvest already. You know?
Hey man, we've been here way too long, man. Way too long. It's time for the harvest, man.
A lot has happened. You know, everything's already happened. All the prophecies, most of the prophecies already happened.
A lot of them are. And we're just waiting for the chip, World War III.
That's why it's called Year of Prophecy right now.
Hey man, this is gonna be happening pretty good. It's coming in at a good pace. And who named it the Year of Prophecy? Apostle Tahar from GMS. I don't know why vocab and all these motherfuckers are fighting against GMS. Why don't you fight against pedophilia? Go ahead, dude.
This is Joel 3:13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
Man, hey. And that wickedness is really great, man, because they got this new thing called LGBTQTP, which opens the door for pedophilia to be acceptable, man. Because basically they're saying that they have rights too.
That's some demon ass shit.
That's the last straw, man. And none of you Christians are crying about it.
Yep.
This is Matthew 24:14. Actually, I'm gonna start at 9. No, wait, I'm gonna start at 7. Because that talks about martial law. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. And that's what's happening right now. And it's gonna get worse and worse. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And none of you care, man. None of you care out here. I mean, man. Just pass by and laugh. Talk shit, but guess what, man? Every time you come by and laugh, an angel goes with you and marks you. And there's a beacon at your home waiting for you. And then you know what that beacon is calling? That beacon is calling demons to your ass.
Man, make you to keep on worshiping those demons.
So that when you get fucked up, you're like, why? And then you start thinking about all the shit you did. You shouldn't have done. This is verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and they shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So all these people that come by laughing, they're going to be the ones turning us in. How funny would it be if they turned us in and we were incarcerated, but that was the time that Jacob's trouble came, and everybody that was not in that position of being incarcerated for the word was outside and getting fucked up, but they held us to get protected for some reason. I mean, it might not happen like that, but it's just an example of how the Lord could do things. Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. That's martial law, man. Because you're gonna be like, hey man, that motherfucker got waters for his family. Look at Jake taking a shower on the fucking street, man. Ain't you sick and tired of this shit? I know he is, because we already talked to him. But this is where you go. This is where you go. You don't come to the real prophets. And then, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Because the false prophets are in these churches and in all these buildings. Dressed dapper, passing the collection plate back and forth, making you feel like you're broke. Because you have people sitting next to you dropping Benjamins, dropping $100 bills in that basket every time it passes by, talking about, yeah, the Lord blessed me, I can afford to bless anybody else. But meanwhile, your stupid ass is giving everything you got, man. You only can give $10, but that's the most you can give. And then you get ridiculed for that.
Yep, like this one guy passing through, he's playing a song called On His Own. That's where he's gonna be. He's gonna be on his own.
That's spiritual, man. Damn.
We're gonna be on our own, but we're gonna be on the right side. You know?
Hey, we're never alone. We got the Spirit with us, man. Hey, man, this thing is spiritual, man. He was playing on our own. On my own. Hey.
I used to listen to that song, you know, from because it's from that movie Bloodsport, because that's a good movie. Bloodsport.
And see, sometimes those things have to happen, man.
That was crazy.
Hey, but you guys are just condemning yourself, really, is what you're doing.
Yeah,
It's
so he's
sad.
on his own.
You don't want to be on your own when martial law hits. You want to have a small group of people that you can trust. You're gonna need the basics, man. And some of those basics are right here. You gotta have faith and to be able to endure. Nobody. I mean, nobody wants to learn the truth. You can see it in their eyes, man. You can see it in their eyes. I just look and I see, but you know what? He had a humble spirit. He wasn't laughing. He wasn't laughing. Like I keep saying, man. Maybe these so-called white people out here in Hanford, California, are the weak. Some weak because you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans right here on this side, you don't want to hear it. You laugh. You are 2/3. Wouldn't that be some shit?
And 2/3 are everywhere because that piece of the pie, you know, it takes up most of the pie, so it takes up most of the Israelites.
And it's funny because
So most of the Israelites are terrorists.
you know who wants to destroy you the most? The Most High. The Most High hates your ass. Wants to destroy you. And this is verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. I mean, it's already waxing cold. We're in that prophecy right now. The love of many shall wax cold, man. How many then I'm gonna call them 2/3. How many 2/3 passed by today just laughing at us?
I'm laughing at them right now, man. It's just funny.
Fucking dumb, dude. It's like you go to the gas station, you buy a scratcher, and the guy behind the counter tells you, hey, you gonna buy this one or do you want to get this one? He gives you a hint, right? You're like, you want to buy this one?
Yeah.
You're not paying attention to the pragmatics. And the pragmatics means the seriousness of the conversation. We're telling you guys are about to get it real bad, man. Real bad, man. How bad? Oh, in that movie Bloodsport, no, what was it? Bloodsport? No, Cyborg, huh? With Van Damme?
Yeah.
It was like basically martial law.
Oh, yeah.
And he saw his bitch that he was with get raped. Oh, he was in the well, huh?
Oh, yeah.
He was in the well with the fucking barbed wire, trying to hold up those kids, huh? And he had to let them die, man. Oh, that's a good ass movie, huh? Damn, man, that's a good ass movie too, man. You guys should watch that shit. You guys should watch everything that has to do with martial law. All right, but this is the important part right here. Verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So if you endure to the end, you will be saved. And right now we're crying out loud, man. We're trying to endure, man. It's terrible out here. It's terrible, man. You got everybody living it up. 2/3 are fucking. They don't got shit, right? They're on welfare, living on the streets. They don't know a damn thing, but they're living it up. They're doing it big. Man, how pathetic is that, man? Why are you passing by laughing at us, man? If we got down to the nitty gritty, I bet you wouldn't even know what to fucking do when. Shit, man, I bet you don't even got an escape plan.
I don't even know how to make a fire if you guys were in the wilderness. You know how to start a fire
Or what you would need to start a fire, man.
or what to put on a wound. You know if you're wounded.
Let's get real simple right now. If you cut yourself in the forest, how would you stop that bleeding?
They got leads for that.
You can also pee on yourself. That's an Apache trick, man. My grandpappy taught me that. And I got the proof to right here. Look it. I cut myself. Let's see right here. If you can see the scar, you can't even see the scars right there. I cut myself with my tomahawk because I was sharpening the blade, and it was right at Passover, a couple years ago. And I went like this, and I slit myself all the way down here, and I started bleeding profusely. So what did I do? I pissed on it. And it stopped right away, man. That's an old Apache trick, man. So you wouldn't even know how to stop your own fucking bleeding, man. You would bleed out to death for a fucking paper cut.
You guys can't even go an hour, without eating. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck. Man, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this fat bastard at work, man. Because, I got the connection with the so-called bread man, right? He's cool. He's part of my community and shit. So I called this guy up one time because I'm new there and I want to make people like me, right? Because I'm Clark Kent in that time. When I'm at the office, I'm Clark Kent, right? So Clark Kent, he's nice and shit. He calls the bread man. He says, hey man, my folks over here at this office want some bread. Come and give him some of that Mexican sweetness. So he comes and they're, oh, the bread man, oh, the bread man. And now these motherfuckers get belligerent. Hey, you gonna call it bread man? Oh, no, motherfucker, I gave you the number, right? I gave them, but now Clark Kent is going away. You guys are pushing Clark Kent into the corner. So I gotta keep putting myself in check, man. I gotta keep putting myself in that position of don't let these motherfuckers know who you are, because you already fucked up once, man. I already lost a job once. I was working at Walmart and this fucking bitch, this 2/3 bitch, this fucking demon. Hey, you know what's fucking funny? Arar, the curse, likes that woman, that former member of our camp.
Yeah, man.
He likes the demon. She's a demon, man. She flew out of a fucking car window, talking shit, like this. Boom. But you don't want to learn. Oh, he's about to turn. You see that? He was about to come and talk to us, man. Man. Shit, you know what? And today I was gonna be the nice cop today. I had a man, you guys were gonna get sick. You so-called white people were gonna get a good sermon, man. And fucking, hey, but you know what? These so-called holidays are coming up, and that's when we're really gonna get into it.
Yeah. So like what those holidays that are coming up, that could be like one of those tears or one of those bringing up bad fruit from one of those seeds, like back in Matthew 13 and 26 on 27. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? Like saying, where's these tares coming from?
We didn't plant them.
He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Will thou then that we go and gather them up?
So they were like, you want us to get rid of them? Now here's the meaning behind that one. Because a tear could be, let me just play it plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. Most of your mitochondrial DNA comes from the woman. And as you all know, white women look good. Right? Let's just fucking say it. Like Edomite woman, if she's the only woman, will look good to you. If all you got to choose from is Edomites, you're gonna bang them Edomites, right? And so then you get an Edomite woman pregnant. So what does that mean? That means that the son is gonna come out looking like the mother. That's what mitochondrial DNA is. Okay, you wanna know how I know? I raise roosters, man, and I raise them because of their attributes. Now, if I want to get a rooster that flies high and comes down hard, and then I'm gonna get his mother or his sister and put him to my rooster. You see how that works? So what does that mean? That means that you can have an Edomite looking person with the spirit of Jake, with the spirit of an Israelite. Okay? And that's why I suspect that most of you white people around here, so-called white people, are really Israelites.
That's right. So, because if you look at us, and if we look white, you know, my mother was actually, you know, light skinned, but my father, he was Mexican.
He's
you
an
know?
Ishakite.
But my spirit resonates within
Mhm.
the scriptures. Because as soon as this brother told me, that's when I started coming to the truth and started waking up that I was a Gentile, and I started coming out of that Gentile state of mind.
And the difference between this brother and you Christians is that you want to be Gentiles. You want to continue to be in a Gentile state of mind. Man, that's fucking dumb. Oh, that's like that's like you finally get a job at that company you want to work at, and all you want to do is be in that entry-level position. You're crazy. 'Cause like I said, man, when you work in a company like this and you get an opportunity, and I'm talking, this company that I'm talking about is the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You advance in the spirit, you advance physically, and you advance spiritually. Okay, you learn more. You learn more than any one of these fucking people out here. Man, you know what? A professor from Harvard could walk by, and he'll be talking some shit, and you'll be like, man, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And that would be a young brother too.
A professor from the Bible, a professor from a Bible college or something, he wouldn't know how to get precepts.
He'll get mad. He'll get mad. And the only precepts that person could get is the prosperity gospel, the prosperity precepts. I got this in 2 Corinthians 1 and 22. Who hath also sealed us and given us the earnest of the Spirit in our hearts. And that is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. The Spirit of Yahushai is the Holy Spirit, is the Rakha Kodash. Rakha Kodash. Which is the Holy Spirit. Now we're not really even upset that you don't want to come up here and listen. That is fine. But maybe there's one, just one, man. And that person could be watching videos from another country, far away. So right here in the scripture it tells us who also has sealed us. And who blessed us? Yahweh Shai. Because he's the one that gave up his life for us. And if he gave up his life, wouldn't you want to give up some of your time for him? You can't even give up 10 minutes. The only